We're going to take a look at a really cool product from the folks at Go Systems. It's the Trifecta Bivvy-Blanket-Tarp shelter. Coming up on Survival on Purpose. Welcome back to Survival on Purpose. My name is Brian. Thanks for joining me. Today we're going to take a look at a really cool product from the folks at Go Systems called the Trifecta. So what this is a multi-use product. This actually can be used as a emergency blanket, or a bivvy, or a canopy, like as a tarp. So the Go Trifecta is made of Tyvek 1460C, which is a very soft version of Tyvek. Blocks 98% of the sun's rays. It's water resistant and breathable. So it's just a really great piece, kind of fabric to make something like this out of. And we'll go ahead and open this thing up and get to doing some of that Trifecta stuff in just a minute. But it comes in its own little bag right here. And you can see the bag's the same material. It's got kind of a reflective lining on it. And when it's open, it is 70.8 inches by 87.7 inches, which is 180 centimeters by 223 centimeters when it's totally unzipped. It is also 34 inches and a half inches wide, or 90 centimeters in its bivvy configuration, so it's plenty big enough for most people. It's also got zippers, both inner and outer zippers, as you can see right here, so you can zip it up from the inside or the outside. And it's got some tie downs on it. So let me quit rambling and we'll get out there and spread this thing out and show you how it works. So let's take a look at this thing. First of all, spread it out. Okay, it's kind of a challenge. It's so big, it's kind of a challenge for me to get it off the frame. But just to show you, I'm about 5'8", and plenty of room here. And then every corner has a grommet on it. So let's unzip it and see how big it is. So it actually zips all the way up. You can get inside of it and close it completely open itself. Then it's got the reflective side to reflect your heat back at you. So you can use this thing, and every corner has a grommet on it. So you can use it for a tarp. Pretty good size. And there's really one seam, which is right here. And I guess that's just because the material only came in a certain size. So that's really the only seam on it. So I think if you're going to use it for a bivvy, you want to put that on top. But you can see it's a pretty good sized tarp. Definitely is an emergency blanket. You put this thing around you and be a human TP. Or you can zip it up. Let's zip it back up and see how well it works as a bivvy. Okay, so the seam is on the opposite side from the logo. And folks at Go Systems, they told me these seams are not really sealed. They are sewn pretty well, and they're double sewn here. But they're not sealed. They said they're probably not 100% waterproof. So I would put that seam on the bottom, and then we'll just climb in and see how she goes. So you can definitely get right inside here and zip it completely up, I'm pretty sure. See you in a minute. So, not really sure what that proved, other than pretty easy to get in and out of. It's pretty easy to zip up from the inside. And it's also very versatile. It's bigger than most space blankets. But now the trick's going to be to see if we can get it back in the pack. So we'll do that and then we'll wrap this thing up. Ha-ha! Got her done. Okay, so that was my somewhat fumbling demonstration of the Go Systems Trifecta. And tell you, one thing I really like about this is the versatility. This thing weighs like 11 ounces. I mean, it's very, very lightweight. And it's a lot bigger than a standard emergency blanket. It's both in open size and functionality, also in packable size. So obviously this is about the size of a, you know, maybe about the size of a football, we'll say that, something like that. It's a little smaller than a football. But it functions as a emergency bivvy, so with the inner reflective surface to help keep you warm, or a tarp or a emergency blanket. So it's just got a lot of different functionality. That Tyvek material is really super strong, and one thing I really like about this over some of the other survival type blankets is the fact that it is breathable. So it's not going to be a condensation trap, you know, as much as a lot of other stuff, which is good and very important if you're in a situation where you don't really need to get wet and damp. So I think this thing goes for around 60 bucks or so. So it is a definitely a pretty decent option if you're looking for something to go into a larger emergency type kit. This is not going to fit in a very small survival pack, but it absolutely will get the job done in maybe a larger kit. And this is something you could take and just keep it in your truck or your car or whatever. If you did have an emergency, you'd have a really solid piece of gear to function as a emergency shelter. So that's the Go Systems from the folks at Go Systems, I think. Thanks again to them for sending me this so I can show it to you. Thank you for watching Survival on Purpose. As always, thanks for subscribing, thanks for clicking that thumbs up, for sharing it with your friends, for watching those ads, and thank you so much for shopping on Amazon through the Survival on Purpose links. I sincerely appreciate the support. Once again, my name's Brian. You're watching Survival on Purpose. Remember, survival's not an accident. Be prepared. See you next time. Welcome. Dogs, trains, airplanes, industrial equipment, school buses. Where's the zipper? The whistle blows for miles.